If you want to be the best, are you prepared to lose? Are you prepared to lose over and over again, so much so that it discourages you from doing what you want to do, to continue trying to win? I want to read a quote from Roger Federer that I think will provide some value relating to the art of losing, which is, the best in the world are not the best because they win every point. It's because they know they'll lose again and again and have learned to deal with it. Dealing with your losses is the best way to move forward towards your wins. He goes on to explain that he's won over 80% of his matches, but out of all those matches, he's only won a little over 50% of the individual points. I think this is so important to look at because even somebody as great as Roger Federer, Michael Jordan, Michael Phelps, they still have their fair share of losses. And people think just because they have all these trophies, all these accolades, that they're made of greatness, made of winning. But in reality, there's losses that contribute to these wins. But that's what makes them so great, is that they were able to take these losses and continue on and keep going until they saw success. The big takeaway from this is that it's not about the end result. When you get so attached to the end result, you fail to see how each individual battle is building you towards it. And then you don't put as much time or effort into each individual battle because it's just one step on a 1,000-step journey. It seems so insignificant, but in reality, those are the building blocks pushing you forward. Each point is pushing you forward. He talks about this mentality. It's just a point. And I think this is a method that everybody should pay attention to. If you approach every situation, every challenge you may take on as a series of points and wins and losses, it is a black and white mentality, but it puts into perspective the individuality of each challenge that you're taking on, right? Every challenge that you conquer or don't conquer, it's just a point. It's just a win or it's just a loss. Let's move forward, right? Freeing yourself of any attachment to these individual wins or losses helps you move on to the next one. It frees you from them, and having this mentality of detachment from them helps you move on to the next. So I think there's a lot to learn about this perspective. And once you play a point, once you win or lose, it's behind you. It's time to move on to the next thing, whether it's help you move forward or set you back. I'll give my YouTube videos as an example. This will be my 51st video, I think, or 52nd video. And by no means are my videos perfect. And I do put a lot of pride into them and a lot of effort. But for a while, I didn't know what I was doing. I was new to YouTube. I was new to speaking to a camera. I was new to editing videos. So a lot of them probably don't have the quality that I would like. But if I take this mentality that they're all just points, each one of them, I learned a different thing. I learned a new thing about YouTube, camera quality, camera angling, public speaking tactics. In terms of the content, I was learning new content, stuff like that. So if I take this approach to my videos and acknowledging them as points and wins to push me forward, or losses, that's fine. Either way, I'm learning something new and I'm able to progress forward in that way. And I'm freeing myself of the last video I made, right? It's maybe I made a bad video I didn't like. It's out there. I put it out there. It's done. All I can do is free myself up to make the next one. And this kind of relates to relentlessness in that sense, where if you just have such a cold mentality towards both your wins and your losses. And it's tough because you feel emotionally bad when you lose and you feel emotionally good when you win. If you approach your wins and your losses with a stoic mentality, a cold, almost cold mentality of it's just a win, it's just a loss, it'll free you up to focus on the next thing you have to focus on, the next win or loss. And eventually, once you win the war or win the final championship or whatever you want to consider it, then you won. That's it. That's what you were going for. And then you'll be able to look back and see how your wins and losses stacked up over time. So the art of losing is one that's important because everybody loses and everybody either learns or pouts about their losses. So if you can change your perspective to be one that's a win or a loss, no matter what, you move on, then you'll be able to get to your victories eventually. Thank you for watching.